Yeah, but what was I saying earlier about Halo? Right, yeah, I saw a guy's review. He gave it a 7 out of 10. I think that's too high, but, you know, I've come to accept that some people have weak opinions on Halo. And it makes sense. They weren't there for the whole thing. A lot of them weren't old enough, they weren't there. They just didn't know what it was like to totally grow up with all those kinds of games. Because I'm talking even before fucking Halo. Like, you were playing Wolfenstein and Quake and fucking Doom and Duke Nukem and Turok and GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. And then and Half-Life and all of these badass shit. Red Faction, Time Splitters, you know? And then here comes Halo, and you're thinking, oh, it's gonna be pretty sweet, like a lot of these are, you know. Okay, okay, and it's like, it's the best one, basically. It's like, all right, here we go. Yeah. So if you're an old head like me, then that's how you're gonna be, kind of, you know, grumpy, grouchy about the opinion stuff. But when it comes to the fact stuff, I'm totally correct. And if you disagree with me on it, you're an asshole. Unfortunately. But it's just true. Opinion stuff, like, I don't know. When facts get involved, we're going to disagree and stuff. And, if you get testy with me about it, I'm probably going to call you a retard and we're going to fight about it. But whatever. That's not a big deal. The big deal stuff is the microtransaction crap. It's total fucking online scammery. Skin after skin after skin, premium. It just reeks of, like, this game was made to scam and sucker money out of people who are addicted to this, like, weird, you gotta fit in kind of online video game world shit. You know what I mean? It's not healthy. It's not good. It's not a nice thing to do, because a lot of gamers, the first thing they ever do when they're playing games is they think, oh, I want to play online. I want to fight other people. I want to team up with other people. I want to go on adventures in these games with other people. That would be cool. A lot of kids think that way. I feel that way and want to do that at some point in their life. I was one, you know. So they're going to do it at some point. And unfortunately, back then, it was great. That was the time to be doing it. I was the perfect age for that to happen to. But today, the kids are used to these online only microtransaction games. They don't have LAN or split screen or any of these badass classic features that made these games even better. No. They had, oh, get this. Play the game, right? Right? Are you with me? You play the game, you get good at it, right? And then because you got good at it, you unlocked stuff that was hidden in the game. Little challenges to do here and there, and you overcame them. And because of that, you were rewarded with you unlocked a new gun, or you unlocked a new character, or you unlocked some cheat code or something. That was awesome. That was great. Video games really were at their best when they were doing shit like that. It's fucking lame that games don't do that as much anymore. But whatever. Anyway, the best time for video games was 1990 to 2010, roughly around that time, give or take. You could even argue a little after that and a little bit before that, sure. You know? Then the NES was an 80s console after all. You know? So, and of course, um, like Gears of War 3 is a really good game. That came out in 2011, a little after 2010. Oh, we got Witcher 3, Breath of the Wild, Elden Ring. Those are fairly recent, actually. Well, Witcher is now 10 years old. Breath of the Wild is almost like 8 years old, some shit. No, it's almost 10 years old. Yeah, Witcher is like 12 years old or something. Yeah, crazy. They're making Witcher 4, yeah. And it's going to break everyone's computer. Same thing with GTA. But let's see here. But yeah, but Elden Ring has a lot of problems. Witcher 3 has kind of got some problems too. Breath of the Wild is kind of the perfect game for just like fucking around and doing stuff. But for combat, it's better to play Elden Ring for like a challenge and stuff like that. Elden Ring feels like a better game for that sort of thing. So I'm that kind of gamer, so I lean more towards this game than Zelda games nowadays. But the Zelda games are really good. Tears of the Kingdom is kind of just an expansion to Breath of the Wild, unfortunately. So if you're looking for something super new, nah, it's not really here. But, you know, it fixes a lot of things and adds in some cool shit. And then there's this whole, you can make stuff and manipulate, you know, the game world a lot more and build like little go-karts and giant penises and stuff. It's weird. But there's a lot of fun to be had on that part of the game. So, you know, I don't hate those games. They play a lot differently from Elden Ring, even though they have a similar vibe to Elden Ring, because Miyazaki, of course, is inspired by Ocarina of Time, and that's why the Souls games play similar to those games, you know. But anyway, so, yeah, they're similar but different enough in control and whatnot, and there's this whole 3D jumping aspect going on in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. You're not really aerial all that much in these Souls games, so it's a very different feel. So I can't really jump back and forth between the two types of games very easily. Kind of have to stick to one, and I usually stick with Elden Ring. That's all. But, you know, if you really like the Zelda game, go ahead and play it. It's great. New Zelda's awesome. Story's fucking dumb, but whatever. It's Zelda. The story's never been special. It's just a classic knight in shining armor, save the day, get the girl. Maybe you get laid, probably not. Whatever. Kill the big evil dude. In this case, he's some kind of pig man. Oh, speaking of pig men, yeah. I was making jokes, and people were getting pissed off. And what's funny is they weren't exactly jokes. They were kind of like making a good point. It was about the new Spider-Man movie that came out. I was just like, yo, Disney's kind of racist lately, don't you think? I mean, think about it. They just shit-canned Blade. That's done with. They just shit-canned Wonder Man after promising a second season, but all of a sudden, meh, fuck you. There goes Wonder Dude. they're calling him One Season Man. yeah, yeah. And then motherfucking here comes Spider-Man, Tom Holland, white boy, and his side cast characters in this are a lot of like brown people. They're all the side characters. He's the main, of course. Spider-Man's white. And everyone went to see this movie because everyone's racist and supports the whites only. And in the movie, he is a filthy piglet. That's right. In the movie, the storyline goes that Peter Parker needs to track down the final villain, and in order to do that, he invades everyone's privacy to track him down with facial recognition technology. Isn't that terrible? What is this terrible writing? So yeah, that's apparently what happens. And yeah, it's just like The Dark Knight, you know, it was stupid in that movie. It's dumber here. And it's sad that we're seeing it again. But it's like this propaganda thing to try to make it seem like surveillance on all of us is okay. It's not, dude. It just allows pigs to be criminals that like creep on women and shit. It's true, dude. The surveillance tech, it's been largely used by like nasty police officers who are creepy. They stalk women and shit. Yeah, dude. There's some bad pigs, dude. Watch out for police, man. Keep your head down. Don't make eye contact. They might want to fuck with you just because they don't like the way you looked at them or something. You know, they're animals, really. I know that's dehumanizing, but when you're not acting like a human, you're acting like some kind of rabid animal, a savage beast that's gonna rape and maybe murder. Like, Jesus Christ. These are creepy pigs, dude. Yeah, a lot of wife beating going on with pigs also. Pigs are just the worst, man. They if you join the pigs, they expect you to be a certain kind of asshole, you know? nosy about everything. I have this one customer at my shop. He's a pig, dude, and like he like inspects the work and like looks for like flaws he's got. He's just like really like, you know, Jesus, man. Like if it's not good enough, get the fuck out of here and don't come back. Fucking piglets, dude. Oh, I overcharged him, so that's good. That's good. That's a good thing I did. Piece of shit. Yeah, man, I hate living in this world. You gotta live with a lot of Zionists, Nazis, fascists, stupid people who are, like, well-meaning, but they happen to be Zionists or fascists or, you know, like, Jesus Christ. Like, 80% of the people are kind of like that. They're kind of dumb and they don't know anything, or they fall into evil capitalist bullshit super easily, and it's why we're here, because so many of us collectively chose this. And the few, like 10 to 20%, are like decent people like me who see right through the capitalist bullshit. We got lucky somehow, you know. We're not special. We just got lucky enough to realize, oh, this doesn't work. It results in genocide and like starvation, and only a few lucky get to survive. You call that working? It sucks, dude. And the sad part is we have proof of societies in the past that were more communist than capitalist, and their numbers were better. You know, people lived better lives overall. So, just saying. Assholes like Charlie Kirk will lie to you and say that communism is actually the source of all evil or something like that. But, you know, that guy was a fucking retarded Nazi, and he got shot in the fucking neck. Now he's like far more retarded than ever. To the point where it's a good thing he hasn't been racist or sexist or annoying or stupid as fuck and just cringe. And, you know, this whole time you wanted him to die, you know. And it finally happened, so that's cool. Yeah, it was funny when I heard the news, you know, when it happened. Like, oh shit, he got shot. I was like, it's probably him up to his old shenanigans and trying to start drama. That's all these assholes do, you know. And it's like, no, he's shot pretty bad. But, you know, they're getting him rushed to a hospital. And they say he's going to be okay. Like, huh, okay. That's what they said. And they're like, alright, well, maybe it is real. Maybe he did get shot. It's probably not that bad, though. He'll probably be fine. And it's like, wait a minute. Have you seen the footage, dude? Man, that's nasty. He got shot right in the fucking neck, man. Blurg. But it kind of didn't look like he was shot. It kind of looked like something discharged nearby. Some kind of bomb or maybe a bullet coming from a different angle. I don't know. It was weird. Yeah, very weird. But yeah, he did, dude. Gross. Blood everywhere. Just traumatizing. Yeah. But, you know, unless you're me, who hated his guts and was hoping he'd die just like that this whole time, and then it finally happens, it's not so surprising. You already thought it up. You already were getting ready for a moment like this. You hated his guts so much, you're just like, yeah, yep. That fucking piece of shit. Like, motherfuckers like this have inspired, like, white supremacist children to go the distance, to go that much further. Kids that could be saved, you know? You could be like, hey, you know, you don't have to be a dickhead. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can be friends and hang out and help each other. Yeah, oh, sure. And there you go, the kid's not going to drift into becoming a Nazi. But assholes like Bong Shapiroid and fucking far-right dickheads, you know, all these pieces of shit. The alpha male bros, you know. You say you gotta fight and push back against the system, even though they bootlick like Leon Musk and Toe Rogan, like the richest podcaster, asshole, billionaire, bootlicker types of all time. Like, what the fuck? You're simping for the biggest assholes ever. But yeah, fight the system, sure, okay. Man, right wingers are dumb. What sucks is liberals are also pretty fucking dumb. Not as dumb. Liberalism is like a stage that's not completely fucked. It's bad, but right-wingerism is really retarded. Like you're fucking stupid as shit for falling for that. But liberalism, you're stupid as shit for falling for that too. But at least you'll probably realize it's bullshit soon enough, and then you'll become an actual leftist person. Because, yeah, unfortunately, we got something called controlled opposition, and it's called the Democratic Party. The so called good guys who don't do anything whenever they have power. Yep, really annoying. And then there's a lot of rigging going on, a lot of money and stuff like that. And like billionaire trash are the only people who have a real solid say in how elections turn out. So there's all these like reasons to not vote because it doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, it's probably a bad thing to vote in a lot of cases because they just track your information since you voted, and they bother you with more advertisements and stuff, and maybe they'll send you to jury duty ASAP because, yeah, dude. Fucking that sucks. Yeah, what a horrible world we live in. Anyway, what was I talking about? I was talking about Halo. Jesus. I get trailed off, I swear. But yeah, most of the good games came from 1990 to 2010, I find. Like, I keep going back to those times to play those games mostly. This new shit, I don't know. I like Elden Ring, alright. I keep coming back to it on and off, but I'll probably stop playing it in like a week or so. Need to find another type of game, a fun game to play with my buddies. Maybe I'll finish playing that Contra game. We were playing that. It's kind of hard. We're getting our asses kicked. But I kind of think the quality of the game isn't the greatest. Like, there's a lot of shit on the screen, and the frame rate isn't the greatest for it. So, well, not the frame rate so much. I think just the coloration. So much, like, Skittle Lollipop fucking blend going on the screen all at once. It's kind of too much. I don't know. Maybe I just suck. After all, we only played for like 40 minutes before they left, so whatever. I'll finish it next time, I guess. But yeah, man. New Halo sucks mostly. Especially for somebody like me who's like old school. Like I play real Halo. No sprint. The aiming feels like classic Halo. No default control scheme for Call of Duty kind of style play. No. None of that dumb shit. Nah, dude. Yeah, I actually play Halo on Boxer mode for the most part in the Bungie Halo games. That's what I do. And I usually put the sensitivity to either 4 if I'm feeling frisky, or 2 if I'm just feeling lazy. Either one works for me, because I always play in a way where nothing can get behind me, really. Yeah. No, I never put myself in situations like that. I always got my eyes looking over my own shoulder. I really do. Like, mentally. Like, that's how the best Halo players play, man. You gotta know what's right behind you at all times. Know what it is. Even without looking at it. Know what it is. No, for sure. Don't guess wrong or anything. No, be, like, just super confident about that. You gotta play in that mannerism. It's the only way to truly dominate. Because what are the odds that you're wrong and you get assassinated or murdered from behind or something like that? Probably pretty low if you're actually fucking, like, in real control of what's going on. Play in a way that you're really thinking hard about what's behind you. That way, you don't have to worry about what's behind you because you'll always know when you're safe. You know what I mean? Like, get a really good feel for that. Because there's no such thing as an enemy player that's just this masterful, sneaky bastard who never shows up on your radar, who's always just hitting you over the head with a melee. There's no such thing as a player who's constantly doing that to you over and over again. You gotta really fucking suck dick if you're letting this guy do that to you. So just think of it that way. Yeah, my buddy Jimmy Stangl, man. I gotta talk to you about Your 50s, dude. I didn't know you had so many fucking 50s. That's nuts. I have 5, dude. I have 5. I have 3 in doubles. And does it count if I helped people get a 50 when I was close to a 50? I feel like, helping someone get a 50 should count for something. Yeah, I helped a few people get their 50s. But yeah, I got a 50 in Team Slayer. That's the first one I got in 2007. Literally like 2 or 3 days or something before New Year's. Yeah, so it's an 0750, dude. Hell yeah. I got it in Team Slayer. Searching alone, dude. I wasn't playing with a team. I got teamed up with random people, and I fought against random people on High Ground, I think it was called. Halo 3 High Ground. Yeah. Not bad. I forget, is that the name of that map? High Ground? I haven't played Halo 3 multiplayer in a million years. But yeah, fucking, yeah, that was great. I got MVP and boom, got the fucking level 50, as I should. I figured if I just keep getting MVP most matches, then I would definitely get a 50. And yeah, that pretty much checked out. But yeah, and then in doubles, yeah, I got a 50 on 2 different accounts, and twice on one account. So that's 3 50s in doubles altogether, and 150 in Team Slayer, and I never got a 50 in MLG. I got like a 45 or something like that. Never played that one through. And not SWAT, but Team Snipers. Yeah, I got a 50 in Team Snipers, dude. Snipe, 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 snipe. Oh, it gets a little repetitive though, unfortunately, and it's kind of luck based. It's all about who shoots who first, you know. And I don't like those matches too much. I prefer Halo when you have to actually fight and struggle to a degree. You can't just pop shot from a distance and get lucky and stuff like that. Nah, fuck that. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't agree with 1v1 fights where like one player can insta kill the other pretty easily sometimes, and that kind of takes the fun out of the fight. You know what I mean? To be able to kill one another so quickly and easily. You know, no, you should be able to land a hit, and it hurts, but it doesn't kill them, and you got to keep landing hits to kill them. That's much better because that gives you a chance to kind of sort of fight back. You know, because getting a lucky first hit in, that doesn't necessarily mean you deserve to win right off the bat. You know what I mean? Come on. Like, what's more impressive? Someone who gets the first lucky hit, or somebody who hangs in there and throws down for a long while, and we get to truly see what they are made out of. They have plenty of time to demonstrate their skills, and then we can see who's truly the best then, you know what I mean? Like, that, if you want to really, like, find out who's better, you know, in a fight or whatever. Anyway, my point is taking that competitive shit too seriously is fucking stupid. But the point I was making, Halo 3, yeah, man, by the time that game came out, I was just whooping that ass in that game. Yeah, getting 50s and shit, but I only managed to get 5. You got what, like fucking a dozen and a half, Jimmy? Jesus Christ, you got like 20 or something? It's fucking nuts. But, man, whatever, dude. You do you, man. Are you playing the Master Crap Collection getting 50s? Can you do that? I don't know how it works in that fucking shit version of the game. Nah, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure they patched it for the most part. And I bet you there's some things that are better than the original Halo 3 Online. But I bet you ultimately it's the worst experience. You know, you kind of had to be there back in the day. Sorry, it's just true, dude. That was like the time to be playing Halo. But I'm sure the MCC does some things right nowadays after it's been patched to hell. But, you know, it's still buggy and fucked up, dude. Like I said, I saw that one streamer dude recently, the Dirty Cube Man. He was playing the original through the MCC, and the audio got all fucked up. Spawns got fucked up. Like, nah, they didn't quite fix it, dude. This shit could be better. Yeah. But whatever, man. Who cares? I'm just laughing at 343's failures. The game's not selling well, dude. Like, there's too many people on Game Pass, so they're not really buying the game. And there's a lot of people on PlayStation 5 who are ignoring it largely. Yeah, we finally got a number percentage on that. Not even 1% of PS5 uh, purchasers are playing Halo Combat Evolved. I mean, Campaign Evolved. Yeah, not even 1% of PS5 users. Now, 84 million units of PS5 have been sold. So you do the math there. At best, it's like 100K to 200K, but it's probably a lot lower than that actually. So, yeesh. I could be wrong. Maybe this thing has sold a few 100K copies, but it looks like it's not even going to get close to 1 million. Oh boy. So yeah, on Steam it's not good. Steam, what they say, the peak player number was like almost 30K. It's not that good for PC there. So yeah, they're hoping a lot of people on Xbox consoles are playing it through Game Pass, but there's not that many serious Xbox players, honestly. That thing's doing pretty shit. I wonder how many has it sold? That'll give us an idea of what we're looking at here. Oh god, is it really that bad? I haven't checked in a while, so. So there's 35 million units sold of this serious Xbox. Is there a way to find out how many Xbox console users are? Hmm. Well, I think I've seen enough information. Alright, I know what to do in this game. But yeah, um, um, it's hard to say with Game Pass people because they often count, anyone who looked at the game or played it for a second as somebody who played it on Game Pass, and that's not exactly the same thing. So yeah, and they have admitted that Game Pass is a failure. They've admitted that they should have nearly twice as many people on it than they do today. So yeah, because apparently Xbox Live numbers used to be better too. So, but hey, they had Halo in its prime back in the day, and Call of Duty was better too, and Gears of War, and this shit was all on the 360. That was the best time to be playing these games online. And now it's all fucked. Boomer. Oh well. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to bed. I'll talk about this crap later because I'm sure I forgot some stuff.